Who do we have next? Vassos, over to you.
Our next guest will leave you high and dry, and you'll thank him for it. The founder of 1 Year No Beer is here to offer us some 0% gin-spiration on day 2 of Sober October. So if you booze, you lose. Let's welcome a man who'll save your liver from damage. It's Andy Ramage.
Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, boys. How are you?
Andy, you're looking good. The team have said you've got the best Zoom setup of anybody we've ever had on the show.
Is that true? I've got all the gear, no idea.
You've got all the gear, but you've got no idea. Andy, I didn't know Sober October was 10 years old this year.
Yeah, so that's almost in line with myself. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I thought, were you part of it then or not?
No, but it all sort of bubbled up around the same time. A brilliant initiative, all of these things to inspire people to take a break. I'm all over it like a rash.
All right, so tell us the story. So Sober October, since the launch 10 years ago, has raised £34 million for Macmillan Cancer Support. And around the same time, you were 1 year no beering. Remind everybody who you are, what you've done and where you are, how you've got to where you are now.
Yeah, a quick backstory. About 10 years ago, I decided to take a break from alcohol as a middle lane drinker. So it's really important. It's the average drinker, the kind of person that would drink sometimes averagely, sometimes heavily, sometimes not at all. Really looking for optimal performance. And it transformed my life in so many different ways. I lost a lot of weight, 3 stone in the end. My resting heart rate went from 68 back down to athlete 42. My business boomed. My relationships got better than they'd ever been. I had that low-grade anxiety disappeared. I felt more peaceful, more calm. I was getting more stuff done, achieving more goals, started to look differently, feel differently. I thought, this is incredible. I've got to share this with people. There's bound to be lots more people in a similar bracket to me. So I did. I wrote a little ebook that became a book, the 28-day alcohol-free challenge, which became a movement called 1 Year No Beer, and then onto the Dry app with 2 Ys that we have at the moment, which collectively has inspired hundreds of thousands, if not into the millions of people to transform their relationship with alcohol.
You're a good man. You can download the free Dry app via dryapp.com. So that's DRYYAPP.com. And that is for free. You can download the free Dry app. And this is the month to do it. The 2nd of October. Go sober in October. If you didn't start yesterday, give it a go today. You have nothing to lose. You can always get back on the booze this evening if it doesn't work for you, or tomorrow. It doesn't really matter. So you have 5 super tips to help us with Sober October. What might they be, Andy Ramage?
So the first one being focus on the wins. This is so incredibly important. You can come to this challenge and think, I'm missing out. I'm giving something up. It's going to be a really boring month. Or you can flip the script entirely and think, what am I going to gain? Am I going to be fitter, faster? Am I going to sleep a bit better? Am I going to enjoy my social life even more and then wake up the next day with a new opportunity to socialize? Am I going to lose a little bit of weight? We know that on average, 3 kilograms in weight is lost by average drinkers that take a month-long break from alcohol. Is your skin starting to glow a little bit again? Like yourself, Chris, I think you said that you felt more peaceful and more calm. Stay focused on the wins is number one. Will I keep going?
Yeah, I'll just chip in on that one. It's funny you say that about skin, right? So yesterday, I called a bloke about a car, right? And he answered the phone, and we've known each other for ages, this guy. His name's Bob Bentley, and he runs a great car company. And we have talked for years and years and years about various different cars. Jules Holland introduced me to him, right? So we talk about this car, and it's actually been sold, and it's gone off to this other guy who's in his 80s, and he's going to drive around Europe next year in it because he wants to treat himself. This is on his bucket list, so he's going to do that. So last night, Andy, at 8:30, Bob texts me, and do you want me to read the text out? Okay, here we go. This is what he texted me last night, because this is a whole new thing. Chris, have you been taking Peter Pan pills? You sounded so young today on the phone. So it affects your vocal cords, doesn't it?
Everything. And actually, Professor Kevin Moore, who conducted that study, said what people don't realize as well, not only does your physiology start to bounce back, vocal cords, your hair becomes more voluptuous. It's the thing. Sober hair, apparently.
Sober hair.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Bring
it's
it
a
on.
thing.
All right,
Sober
so
hair.
a lot of people will be filling/killing time with drinking. Again, no judgment, but you will have a lot more time on your hands. What do we do with that then?
So one of the best things I think you can do with that time is get physical. Start moving that beautiful body of yours. Maybe you haven't quite had the time or the energy or the impetus to get out there and do those things. It is a brilliant opportunity to start moving that body. Join a park run, for example, such a brilliant organization. Or go to the gym with that newfound time and energy. And the combination of that, and as your body's starting to recover a little bit as it does and heal, you start to get those lovely results of looking better, or maybe there's optimization in your physique. So get out there and move your bodies and utilize that time is the number one tip.
All right. Again, going off script a little bit here, Andy, and basically seeking some more of your unique wisdom. A lot of people saying, I can't wait to see how it feels. Now, my experience was it didn't feel that different for a good few months, but then the compound interest hit me in the face one morning like an express train. So if you're looking for some kind of instant nirvana, that's not going to happen. But psychologically, you might get a bit of that juice. What do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it took me actually 28 days. It was on the 28th day that it all clicked for me. So a little bit earlier than you. So do stay with it, because the wins do compound, and then you might have that lived experience of, do you know what? I've slept like a baby. I feel a bit more peaceful and calm. I'm really enjoying this. My social life is starting to blossom. I'm connecting with people in a different way. I've got more energy. My vitality is coming back. Maybe then you turn sober October into no booze November. And haven't got an alliteration for December, but we need one for December as well.
Dry December.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That trips off the tongue.
It does.
You've just put the word dry before the month.
Yeah, because dry starts with a D, and so does December.
But sober October's got a vibe to it, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
No booze November, dry December. It's a little happy trilogy there.
I like that.
Yeah, all right, okay, we'll take it. All right, so one of the things I after a few months, I woke up and I thought one Saturday morning, obviously the habit energy is still there from a Friday night, and this was a few months in to zero booze. And I woke up on Saturday morning, Andy, and I thought something's wrong. And do you know what was wrong? What was wrong was there was nothing wrong. And that was a weird feeling. It was like, hang on a minute, this feels wrong. Why? Because it feels like there's nothing wrong, which I just wasn't used to.
And I think that's the case for so many people. You'll have that lived experience. That is why I love these challenges, these month-long challenges, because it gives people an opportunity to spend a little bit of time on the fun side of the island and have that lived experience of, actually, feel really good, maybe better than I've felt in years. And that in itself becomes so motivational. Very often people go, keep going.
Dry-cember would have been good if you'd have said Dry-cember.
Like that.
See? Dry December is the meeting. Dry-cember is the outcome. You just had the meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, I only just have that. That's what I do. I have the meeting.
Growing beards for January. So you could have that, couldn't you? Let's leave that one there. All right, Andy. Just show up and love it. Tell us about that.
Just shut up and love it. Yeah. So just keep getting involved in everything that you're doing in terms of this alcohol-free adventure. This is the thing with it. I think it is about, flipping the script into the positive, letting people know that you're on a challenge and joining this adventure, and really just thriving through this opportunity to spend a bit of time alcohol-free and do something a little bit different.
Yeah, and if your friends have an issue with it, which again is fair enough because it's their opinion and they're entitled to it, then are they your friends or are they drinking associates? And I wouldn't say just drinking associates, because I spent years and years with people in pubs who I now term as drinking associates, and I've had the best time with them, and they've supported me through, the hard times, the good times, whatever. But they're more drinking associates than friends, and they will find other drinking associates. And what I found, I don't know about you, Andy, but people who are also alcohol-free come closer, and those who want to crack on just go further away of their own accord. And all this management you worried about, you don't have to do any of it. It sorts itself out.
Exactly. Your social life evolves in many ways. And you might find that, especially with alcohol-free alternatives, we haven't spoken about that yet, but that's changed the game completely now. So you can do that traditional social life, connect with people, have an alcohol-free alternative, but then equally your social life starts to evolve. It might be more around doing those fitness things or biking and hiking or coffees or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And like you say, some of those other friends that still like a drink, crack on. That just might not be your gig so much anymore.
Yeah, coffee and cake for me is the thing. I used to love tea and cake anyway, but coffee and cake for me, it's better than any night I've ever had in any pub anywhere. An afternoon of coffee and cake at Berry's on Henley High Street. Yes, please, Andy, I'll see you there, my friend.
I'm all over it. All over it.
All right. Anything else you'd like to say? Because we could talk forever. We did loads of this yesterday. AndyRamage.com. More about Andy. Download the Dry app. DRYAPP.com. Anything else you'd like to say, Andy, before you go?
No, just enjoy it. Throw yourself into the alcohol-free action. And if you enjoy it, keep going. Keep going. That's the trick.
Andy, great to talk to you. Best Zoom setup the team's ever seen. And I understand you got a big birthday happening soon.
Tomorrow I am 50.
Tomorrow?
Can you believe it?
Right.
Yes.
Oh, well, come on. How are you going to celebrate? This is interesting. Compared to your 40th, tell us about the differences.
Well, actually, it was the same because I was 10 years alcohol free. The 40th was the big challenge because I was 40th, was in Dublin.
Right.
Most of my friends didn't know I'd stopped drinking at that stage. I was about 6 months into it.
Okay.
I managed to stand strong. So this year will be a lot different. We are going for dinner and then Centre Parks with the family.
All right, mate. Well, you have a great one, pal. And just quickly, sorry, I know I keep elongating the chat. I said yesterday that I now obviously know a lot of people who are alcohol free or sober. You know, they full on, they're AA, they're doing the steps and this, that, and the other. And, you know, there's a golden bridge where everybody who's no longer involved in the world of alcohol, one day at a time, meets. And I've never met anybody, Andy, whose life hasn't exponentially improved since they gave up booze, like ridiculously, whether it's professional, like you alluded to at the beginning, in relationships, their own temperament, their own peace and quiet, their sleep. It's ridiculous, isn't it? How can you get so much of your life back by stopping doing one little thing in your life? It's the best deal out there.
It's a superpower. That's the way I look at it. It's a superpower.
All right, mate. Well, you're the best. Andy Ramage. Love it.
Virgin Radio.